Hey guys, welcome to the second game of the Adolf Anderssen saga. This game was played between Adolf Anderssen and Jean Dufresne. Interestingly, Jean was a student of Anderssen, and this game is called the Evergreen game. There is a reason why it's called the Evergreen game, and that's because after Anderssen's death in 1879, the first undisputed world chess champion, named as Wilhelm Steinitz, wrote an evergreen in the laurel crown of the departed chess hero, and that's why it's called the Evergreen game. So let's just check out this interesting game. Anderssen has the white pieces and Jean Dufresne has the black pieces. We have e4 and e5, knight to f3 and knight to c6, bishop to c4. This is now the Italian game, and bishop to c5, the Geico piano opening. We have b4, which is the Evans gambit, and a very interesting gambit this, and this was really popular in the 19th century. Almost everybody played it whenever possible. And the main idea is to give up this pawn to just get an amazing development. So we have bishop takes b4, that's the best possible move, and c3. Now attacking this bishop, kicking the bishop even further back and getting it away from any of the activity on either the king side or the queen side. Bishop to a5, going back. d4 now, attacking the center, trying to open up the lines immediately. E takes d4, and now castles by white. These are pretty standard moves. Again, remember, this was back in the 18th century, some more than 200 years ago, and these games were not analyzed as deeply as they were analyzed now. We have d3, pushing the pawn even further, and now queen to b3. A main idea, just to go after this pawn, make sure the king gives up the castling rights, and then try to push for a win from there. Of course, black will not allow this immediately, so queen to f6, not allowing this captures to come with the threat of moving your king. We have e5, now attacking this queen, and it's not a good idea to capture this pawn, because then what you're going to do is put your rook here on e1, and your knight is then pinned, so you can capture it any time you want, so it's not a good idea to capture this pawn. So queen to g6, simply moving away with the queen, still keeping an eye on this f7 pawn. Rook to e1, interestingly, just protecting this pawn, and as soon as some captures happen on this e5 file or e file on the e5 square, then this rook is going to have immense pressure on the king. So knight g to e7, now stopping any of the pinning. Now you cannot really capture because you're attacking it only once, and this pawn is being defended twice. So bishop to a3, now putting some more pressure on this diagonal, and look at this, it's just position, it's just a wonderful position. Move 11, and you have all the pieces that are attacking this king, black's king, which is why Evans' gambit was really popular in the 19th century. Nowadays it's not really played because engines have developed pretty good lines, and it's not considered a great gambit, but you can definitely play this. If your opponent is not familiar, he's going to find himself in big trouble soon. We have b5. Now black, again, he was an amazing player as well, this John guy, and he wants to give up this pawn for some rapid development on his own. So we have queen takes b5, and now rook to b8, simply putting the rook on this open file and attacking this queen. Of course, you cannot capture it because your knight is protecting the rook there. So we have queen to a4, getting out of the attack, and now bishop to b6, controlling this nice diagonal, and now even black is ready for a fight. We have knight b to d2, getting the knight into the game. The knight is going to jump here and then try to attack from those positions. We have bishop to b7, again developing your bishop but not castling yet. So that's an important thing to note here. Again, if you listen to all the grandmasters, they say develop your pieces and castle. But knight to e4. So now the knight is ready into the attack. All of these pieces are amazingly attacking the black king. This knight can jump into any of these squares. A lot of sacrifices are possible. So take a moment here and see what will you do with black. If you are black, then try to find the best combination. And for those of you who did it, you guys are amazing. Congratulations. The move you should have found was d2. Simply attacking this rook and trying to get a queen into the game. We get knight e takes d2. You have to go back with the knight to capture it. This allows you knight to d8. Now remaneuvering the knight, or just simply opening up the bishop's attack on this e4 square, which is really important. As soon as you put a knight here, I'm just going to capture it. You cannot recapture, mainly because this square is attacked twice. So bishop to b5 is what you have to play. Now you have to create your own attacks, attacking this d7 pawn, and bishop to c6. Not allowing any more attacks. If you capture, you can capture it with the knight. But before that, you have to play rook a to b1, keeping rook on this nice file. And bishop takes b5. We get rook takes b5 and knight d to c6. Completely fine. Now you are putting some more pressure on this pawn, and you can finally castle, and it's completely fine game. White is slightly an advantage here, but look at white's pawn structure. I mean, the queen side pawn structure is ruined. This is a really forward pawn, and there is nothing you can do about this pawn. I mean, you can try to defend it as long as possible, but as soon as you push f6 or even d6, it's all you have to trade it off. So this would have been an okay position, but after knight to e4, what Anderssen's student played was queen to f5, and this was the losing move. Again, if you have some time, find the continuation. Bishop takes d3. Now simply keeping an eye on this knight, and here if you think finally you can capture this pawn, then that would be a great blunder, and I'll show you why. If you capture this pawn here, all you have to do is knight to d6 check, and now you give the check. You double attack the queen from your knight and from your bishop. So as soon as either you move the king or you capture with this pawn, you are going to get bishop captures here, and it's completely over for you. This is white in advantage. Also, you are attacking a lot of pawns here. This d7 pawn is weak. You can put your rook to d1, attack this pawn twice, and even if you don't, right now this bishop captures will open an attack on the knight and on this rook. This rook is already attacking the knight. It would be a crazy position for you to defend. It's not possible for you to defend all the positions. So it was not played. After bishop to d3, we have queen to h5, and we have knight to f6 with check. But this is actually a move that equalizes all the advantage white had, because all you have to do now is play g captures, which was played in the game. So g captures f6, e takes f6, and now rook to g8. Now again, creating some of his own, black is creating some of his own threats against here. You can even play queen to h3, try to get a checkmate going, but we'll see what happens. We have rook a to d1, and now all the white pieces are finally ready to get into action and get a checkmate on the king going. You are not in a hurry to capture this knight, mainly because it's pinned. by your rook and it cannot really move. So you can just wait and see what black plays, and only then you can capture. It is attacked 1, 2 and 3 times, so you don't really have to worry about it. But after this move, let's show you what moves should have been played. We should have queen to h3, now attacking this backward g2 pawn and threatening checkmate. You have to play bishop to f1. You could have also pushed this pawn, but that opens this diagonal, and it's a really bad weakness. So you don't want to open the diagonal so soon. Just bishop to f1 and protecting your g2 pawn. Now we have queen to f5, finally going after this pawn, and now king to h1, first getting out of the way, out of this rook's attack on this pawn, and also this crazy diagonal. Now we get queen takes f6, bishop takes e7, and knight takes e7. We have rook takes d7 and king to f8, a crazy line. Rook e takes e7. Now both the rooks are on the 7th rank, and even though there is a lot of threat going here, both of these players have pretty bad threats. So queen takes f3, and now I'm going to show you why you cannot take, because it's checkmate. If you take it with your g2 pawn, and it'll definitely be checkmate. After bishop takes f3, that'll open up a check. Not really a checkmate, but then you have to give up your bishop, and it's all over for you. I can even show you this line after captures, and here bishop takes f3. You get a check, and now you have to block this check. The only way to block is by playing bishop to g2. Now bishop takes g2 with check. You have to move the king to g1. Bishop goes back to c6, now opening up a discovered check. Again, you have to move your king, and now you even lose your queen. But it's still okay. I mean, believe it or not, this is still an equal game. Even though you are attacking one of the rooks, you have 2 rooks against these 2 rooks, and you have lost all the other pieces against 2 of these bishops. It's still an equal game, and white could hold for a draw if he plays correctly. I mean, first you have to give a check, and then you have to keep repeating the checks. All you have to do is keep giving the checks, and it's definitely a drawn game. But this was not played, and after queen takes f3, rook takes f7 with check. Now you get queen takes f7, rook takes f7, king takes f7, and queen to f4 check. Now you will get a perpetual after king to g7, queen to e5 check, king to h6, queen to f4 check, king to g7, and so on. You just keep repeating the checks, and you get a completely drawn game. But none of this was played in the game. After queen takes f3, we have rook takes e7, a crazy position. Knight takes e7. This was the biggest blunder, and apparently it was a tradition. A lot of articles say that it was a tradition back then, that whenever an opponent finds a mate in 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever moves, they have to say that out loud, and they have to announce it. And this was announced. Anderssen announced that this is checkmate in 4 moves, and this was where the game was stopped. But we don't really have any real proof of it. So I'm just going to show you the next 4 moves that were played by white and 4 moves by black. So let's see what happens. And if you guys want to pause the video and try to find it, you are absolutely welcome to do so. We get queen to d7 check, a wonderful queen sacrifice. King takes d7, and now bishop to f5. It's a double check from the rook and your bishop. King to e8. Only move you have is when you get a check, double check, you have to move your king. So king goes to e8, and now bishop to d7 check. Of course, you cannot capture it, and no matter where you go, you will be checkmate in one move. After king to f8, you get bishop to e7 and a wonderful checkmate. So this is the end of the Evergreen game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. A wonderful Evans Gambit played by an amazing chess master. Obviously back in the day they did not have any engine lines to analyze, but after that a lot of grandmasters have analyzed all the positions on their own and have come up with various theories. I just showed you some of the theories, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I want to thank all the subscribers for subscribing to my channel. Keep enjoying the content. If you have any questions, comments or concerns, please let me know in the comments section below. You guys are all amazing. Thank you. Namaste. See you next time.